Boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. There's nothing wrong with being a boy. How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So Nicki Minaj went to Turning Point USA, and she had a lot of interesting things to say now. I don't necessarily care about people, politics, and what side they on, because I know I'm wise enough to know that people gonna choose the side they on anyway. But Nicki, she said some interesting things, but there's one particular thing she said I think we need to unpack. Y'all check this out.
You know, sometimes there's a lot of things projected onto you when you change your own mind. You know, they project fear, shame onto people who don't think and do as they think and do. But I've traveled the world. I've performed for huge crowds all around the world. And no matter how many songs I do on that stage, it didn't mean as much as this. Because this is a direct link.
That's what confused me when she said she traveled around the world. And none of the songs didn't measure up to where she at now, which was Turning Point USA. I don't know if Nicki, well, I do know, she do know that none of those people in that crowd support her music. They don't listen to her music. And the fact that she would say that all her accomplishments didn't measure up to her being there tells me that she's in a very dark place and she needs their validation. Because Barbs, they are a treacherous group of people like the Beehives. And you typically can't mess with Nicki. But now what she's pretty much saying to you Barbs is that y'all don't mean nothing to her. Turning Point mean more to her than you Barbs. Because that's essentially what she's saying. And the crazy thing is, I can probably guarantee you 98, maybe 99% of the people in that crowd do not support Nicki Minaj and have never probably been to a Nicki Minaj concert. That's wild to me. But unfortunately, Nicki Minaj is facing the consequences. She lost over 10 million Instagram followers and, she deactivated her Instagram account. Now, let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section. Let's talk about it.
Nicki Minaj has reacted to losing millions of Instagram followers after all the backlash she's gotten. Shift started after Nicki appeared alongside Erica, which quickly caused strong reactions across social media. Soon after, people began noticing her follower count dropping at a rapid pace. Screenshots started circulating showing millions of followers disappearing within a short time. The situation became impossible to ignore as the numbers kept falling. Not long after, Nicki made a sudden move and deleted her Instagram account completely. Many saw it as an attempt to stop the loss and step away from the growing noise. So now Nicki is losing millions of fans by the day, and it doesn't seem like there's anything she can do to stop it. Before she deleted her account, Nicki responded to the backlash she's receiving. Underneath the post about it, Nicki left a comment. In her comment, she wrote, "I will never stop being me to get approval from anyone." That comment shows she feels completely firm in who she is and refuses to change for online approval. So she would rather walk away from her fans and supporters than change her.
So Nicki Minaj went from this to this real quick.
And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. When one's church, mosque, or place of worship is destroyed, everyone's heart should break just a little bit. And the foundation of the United Nations, with its core mandate to ensure peace and security, should shake. I look forward to our discussion today, and I hope it will encourage deepened solidarity for us to urgently work together to ensure every person can enjoy the right to believe, to worship, and to live in peace.
I want to say a very big thank you to Nicki Minaj for taking Nigeria's issue on her head. Unlike the female artists that we have in Nigeria, of course, we have a couple of them. Because I made a video a couple days ago addressing the need for Nigerian artists to address the economic and political crisis that we're having in the country. And then it was ignored as usual. Now, Nicki Minaj, all the way from USA, is fighting Nigerians' battles for us. And we have artists in Nigeria, female artists, who are also mothers, who are also sisters, who are also daughters, who I feel are supposed to use their influence to make sure that these things like this actually don't happen. And then someone from US is actually doing it. So people have come outside to say that Nicki Minaj is chasing clout, and I strongly disagree with that, because this is not clout in any way. She can make a video about anything else. I mean, she's a musician. What's it concern her all the way from USA to Nigeria? It's because of the fact that Nigerian female artists are not speaking up. Now, someone asked me, Action, why are you not addressing the males? Those ones, their own issues is gone. I feel sometimes females have a subtle heart, a more gentle spirit when it comes to things like this. When women come and speak about injustice, I think it's a little more louder than when men do it. I stand to be corrected. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about what Nicki Minaj did for Nigeria. Is this cloud chasing to you, or do you feel that she's actually concerned with what is happening? And which Nigerian female artist do you think has the influence enough to actually come out and speak out and her voice to be heard?
Not even a trans adult would run on that.
Nicki Minaj lost everything. She lost 10 million followers after declaring her support for MAGA, then she deleted her Instagram. Nicki Minaj appeared on Erica Kirk's podcast, declared her support for MAGA, and everything blew up. She doesn't seem to understand who her fan base is, nor does she seem to understand what's going on in her own head. Everyone knows Nicki Minaj's fan base is primarily people of color and the LGBT community, yet she still did this. I bet most people have already deleted her from their playlists, not just for this, but for everything she's done in recent years, defending her family over unforgivable things. I was starting to separate the music from the artist, and people were slowly accepting that, but then Nicki Minaj just went and alienated everyone. I can't keep playing her music, making her money, and letting her keep making idiotic decisions. This is the most
when they banned TikTok, right? And then my first video back on TikTok, I'm like, thank you, T Daddy, thank you, Donald Trump, woo woo. And everybody in the comments was getting on my ass, and it was a joke. I was just joking, y'all know I don't fuck with no Trump. But anyway, yeah, I'm thanking Donald Trump, whatever, and motherfuckers getting in my comments. They like, oh, you a berry brain. I would expect you to make a video like this. What has Trump done for the black? You know, they get on they pro-black shit. And I'm pro-black too, but I was just joking around. And now it comes out that Nicki Minaj was just on a fucking whatever the fuck a podcast interview yesterday and saying she has the utmost respect for Donald Trump and how he just whatever. She was what she say, the most admiration for him, whatever. Where are y'all now? Where are y'all now that y'all queen has spoken? Where are y'all?
Nicki, I know our students feel this way, but why do you think speaking your mind has become so controversial?
Because people no longer are using their minds, their brains. So right now, just imagine, we're not allowed to have a different opinion anymore. We're not allowed to think out loud anymore. We're not, this is not what the world used to feel like. And especially for the young people, I don't want them growing up in a world where they feel like that. I mean, they deserve for their voices to be heard. They have valid feelings and they're thinking about things, and it deserves attention. You know, we should listen to what they're saying. And if you're growing up in a world that tells you it's taboo to say something that the masses don't agree with, that's not okay. And we're not gonna have it. And I love this. You know, it's giving the younger people confidence that they will need later on in life. You guys will need it, and you will have it So I'm rooting for you.
Amen.
What's wrong with that? I thought what she said was great, impactful. It's true. Young people do need to have a voice. That's what and if you don't like what Turning Point is doing, do your own event. And y'all can talk about the stuff y'all want to talk about over there. Let's play. I got 2 more clips, and then I'm gonna shut up and get out of here. Roll the clip. It's another Nicki clip.
So why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being pushed around. Yeah. Sometimes you just get tired of it, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
Amen.
I like what she had to say there. Let me get the next one. And before I get to this one, Charlie Kirk would have had a blast with Nicki Minaj on stage. I'm just, like, some of y'all didn't know Charlie. Charlie was very excited with connecting culture and Turning Point. I remember when Kanye West, as stupid as Kanye West is today, I remember Kanye West when they first gave Candace a shout out. Charlie Kirk lit up like a Christmas tree, boy. That look, we gotta see Kanye. You know what I mean? He was just excited about it. And I didn't even like Kanye. I was like, Kanye, lame as a mud, man. Because I just didn't see the value in these people. I didn't care how famous they were. I'm like, bro, Kanye here talking about all kind of crazy stuff. He ain't living for the Lord. I ain't that excited about hearing from him. But Charlie was very excited. And I bet you $1 million if Charlie was here today, he would have been very excited to introduce Nicki Minaj on the stage. I guarantee you. Me and him was slightly different in that. I mean, I think if she changed, I think it's great. If she gonna still go back and be rapping about all that old crazy stuff, and being kind of like, you know, how I have known her to be. I don't know her personally. I don't really like that, but I hope she turned it around. This is the most important clip. Roll it.
Receive that, bullies. We won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
Amen. I don't know if you can see this at home, but she is getting a ton of standing ovations.
Everybody's still there.
I love you guys so much. Thank you guys.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna finish. I'm really, from what I saw, I'm really proud of Nicki, because you put all the bull shenanigans aside, that's not very easy to do. You know how many sponsors, you know how many people gonna be hating on Nicki Minaj? They already doing. They had some trans dude that's, I guess, he famous. He was doing porn or something. Some trans dude on there talking. He looked like a gorilla with a wig on, and he talking crazy about Nicki Minaj. It's like, you know, I have to say I'm proud of Nicki for having the courage to do that. This stuff is not easy. It's not easy to go against the grain like that, especially when you're super famous. Anybody can. You could be, you know, selling waffles over here, and you come out and say you're conservative. It's difficult to do because it's more intimate and, you know, in the connection with people. But when you got so much to lose, maybe I should rethink what I just said. I think maybe just maybe, while I was saying that, I think that, no, it is hard for everybody equally, depending on what situation you're in. Because sometimes...
So Nicki Minaj has been going around blocking some of her dedicated fans that have been a fan of her since day one, since her appearance at Trailer Park USA. I mean Turning Point USA. She has been blocking the girls left and right, and I have a theory on why I think that is. So as a society, we have always said that the Barbs and MAGA are quite literally sisters. If not sisters, they're long-lost cousins. And since Nicki has popped out as MAGA, I don't think that she feels like she needs the Barbs anymore. I don't feel like she finds y'all as useful as the MAGA people are going to be for her. She is getting rid of you bitches, and she is making a statement. Personally, I don't feel like Nicki Minaj ever liked the Barbs. I feel like she always probably thought that y'all did way too fucking much. I feel like y'all held her to a certain standard that I don't even think that she could hold herself to. I think it made it hard for her to appreciate y'all. I feel like she simply just used the Barbs to her advantage. Now that she has popped out with MAGA, she don't need you homosexuals anymore. She don't need y'all. She got the white people on her side. Or the other option, which is probably the more reasonable one, is that she is blocking you bitches because y'all are not falling behind her. She is blocking y'all because y'all have publicly stated your disappointment in how you do not agree with the actions that she has made recently. I feel like that is also very strategic because she knows that if she blocks her long-standing fans, they are going to post about them getting blocked. So that the other Barbs can see that no matter how high on the Barb totem pole you may think you are, if you publicly disagree with me, I am going to block you, and that is going to deter everybody else from speaking out about her. Because we all know that the Barbs do not want to upset her. So essentially she is still playing my...
All the years you could have decided to join the MAGA brand, and you join it when it's dying. And as a result, Nicki Minaj chose to delete her Instagram after losing nearly 10 million followers. Like, you could tell Nicki Minaj thinks so low of her fans that they were gonna do whatever she did, support her no matter what, because you guys have been cronies to her from the beginning. She has been able to weaponize and utilize y'all for her advantage. Whenever she has someone she didn't like, who did she send after them? Y'all. This is what I mean when you can't give these people that much power. You told Nicki she is never wrong. So Nicki believes she is never wrong. So the fact that she's actually facing criticism and backlash from her own fans, she's not able to handle it because this is her first time experiencing it. And it's like, if you guys would have held her accountable in the beginning when she was actually wrong, she wouldn't be this far down the pipeline. So you guys only have yourselves to blame, because in Nicki Minaj's mind, she is never wrong.
Nicki Minaj is currently the most unfollowed person all across social media, and her fans are completely turning against her. So recently, Nicki Minaj has been saying and doing some very controversial things, and it's causing many of her fans to just completely unfollow her on every social media platform and no longer want to support her. Based on many reports I've seen, she's losing thousands of followers every single second, and in the past 2 days, she has lost over 10 million followers across every social media platform. To lose that many followers in just a short amount of time is truly unheard of, and it honestly sounds like it has to be some sort of world record or something like that. People are even going as far as to say that Nicki Minaj's career is completely over, and many fans are saying that they will never support Nicki Minaj ever again. So this is definitely a very wild situation, that is for sure. I'm really curious to know how Nicki Minaj is feeling right now. Maybe she really just doesn't even care, but I'm definitely...
Nicki Minaj, female rapper, has deleted her Instagram after losing nearly 10 million followers in just 72 hours. Wow, that's a lot of followers. This all happened after she went on stage with Erica Kirk, and a lot of people were not messing with that. They did not like what Nicki Minaj was doing up there, and immediately they started unfollowing her from all her social media platforms. But 10 million is crazy work. She ended up deleting her Instagram to preserve the followers that she had, and I'm pretty sure once everything like cools down and chills down, she's gonna reactivate it again so she doesn't lose more followers, because 10 million is a big amount. Not only were her fans and people that were following her upset with her, there's other celebrities as well that are not happy with her that also unfollowed her. It went to the point that a lot of people that were Nicki Minaj fans that were following her turned on her and went for the one and only Cardi B, which you already know the beef there. But I'm very curious to know what your thoughts about all this down below in the comments, and like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, pesca.